Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I am up today with more from KSCRAFT, and it's the Santa bottle. Now this bottle, it comes with a decorative top, a buckle, belt and buttons so that you can cut it in red or whatever colour you choose, or even pink, and then you decorate it up and put the belt buckle on it and it looks like a Santa bottle. So my idea today is I'm going to pretend that you've already made your Santa bottle. So what else are you going to do? You're going to use one of the layering tags from this set and you're going to turn it into a shaker. Yes you are. So I've done some die cutting and I'm going to share it, and I hope I'm organised enough. So I used Dollar Tree foam and I cut my bottle shape with the tag in it. So I hope you can see that there. It's kind of a bit big for the camera, so I'll just lay it on its side. So all I did was I put the bottle die down and then the smaller tag that comes in the KSCRAFT tag set, and I've got my aperture. I've also cut a base onto which that is going to be glued, and then I've got myself a piece of acetate which I managed to put a bunch of fluff on which I hope is going to fit in this window. If it doesn't go that way, then I'll cut it that way, but when I glue it on I will trim it off, and I think I'm going to do that bit first. No, I'm getting things in the wrong order. I'm going to do that in a bit. What I'm going to concentrate on, yeah, I'm doing that first. Sorry, I haven't had any coffee this morning. And anyway, this is my top layer, which is going to go onto there. And then once a year, I get these balls from hell out. And here they are today. Oh yes, filled with static they are. My little snowballs from Dollar Tree. Oh, you take the lid off and, you know, they just join you wherever you go. So we're going to use those. Hopefully they're not going to go everywhere. And in this die set you also get a cork. So I've actually cut mine in cork colour. So if we're successful doing this today, then I'll decorate it tomorrow. And I've also got my scoreboards because I want this to be a stand-up shaker card. So I've cut another one and I've done it in white. So the first thing I want to do is score it. Now, because you're making a shaker, it can be a bit unwieldy. So when making shape cards, and I do love to do that with KSCRAFT dies, is basically assess whereabout, you know, your ornamentation is, and it's in this window here. So I am going to score this right there. And I'm going to tell you where I scored it at. I scored it at 2 3/4 according to this board. So that's where it's going to give me a kickstand once I glue it on the back. Right, I'm not being very organised this morning. My brain's all over the place. So I'll put that out of the way and pop that to one side along with that. And now I'm going to get the organisation of doing this better. So I do want to stick this onto here. So I'm going to use some narrow double-sided tape, and this is from ALIEXPRESS. And I'm just going to go all around my Dollar Tree foam. And you want to put it where you can't see it. So you don't want it hanging off your edge, and you don't want it, you know, crowding out your window. So I'm going there. And I'm going to cut it. Secure that down. And then I'm going to go across here. And then I'm going to put me my acetate on top, and then trim it. So I'm making sure I'm not into that curved bit there. Because it's always nice to have, you know, different ideas once you've finished doing something and you want to be able to do something else. So you saw there that I did crease my tape and just go a little bit around that corner, because you don't want any of those balls from hell leaking out. And then we're going to go here, and I'm going to go off around that corner to meet that other piece, and then I'm going to cut that off. Right, now the next thing is to peel. Just get all of those bits out of the way. I tell you what, I've got horrible humidity here today. It really is quite bad. And then I'm going to go, I think, down here, because it's going to be easier to cut down on the widest side. So I'm going right up to my tape there. And I'm going to stick that on, give it a good rub. And then I'm just going to trim off my excess. So you can see here, I hope, where it's hanging off the edge, and all I'm doing is getting my scissors in and trimming within that white section. And if you find that, you know, you have to do a weird angle and then get rid of that bit just to make life a bit easier, you know, just chop it in bits and pieces. You could, of course, if you had a whole piece of acetate, cut your bottle shape out completely, and that would be a lot easier, but I'm trying to use my scraps, so I'm happy to go there. And then I'm going to go across here, so, you know, just flip it over and make sure you've got nothing sticking out on that side, and I haven't. I'm quite within my border here, but I need to trim it coming up inside here. And grab that a little bit. I have to say, ALIEXPRESS tape is very good for doing shakers. Right, so now we've got a window. Okay, and the next thing I need to do is pop it onto here, but I can't pop it onto here until I've got my snowballs in there. So this is where the fun begins. So I'm going to flip it over and turn it into a tray. Oh, yeah. I think that's going to be enough of that. Yeah, I'm just going to go for a few. I'm going to be a scaredy cat. I just want to move those gently to the side, and then I'm just going to lay my back on, because it's exactly the same size as all this. See, I've just got glue onto those. So I've got to get rid of those two, because otherwise they might glue others. There, that's better. And then I've got air bubbles in my glue. And then you just turn it over, so your nice side is going to be the bit that is seen. And we're going to lay this on top and smooth it down. And hope that you got it on straight, because I'm going to quickly flip it over. There we go. Yeah, I think I did. I'm a little bit out on this side. Don't know whether that's going to move. Oh, it is. Oh, that's fine. There we have it. Right, now we've got snowballs in our window. This is really quick and easy. And then we've got this bit to pop on, so I'm going to pop my glue along there. Spread that bit out down there, because we do want all bits to stick. I've got a good patchwork of glue, and then we're going to lay this piece on top. Just make sure that you've got it on straight. I was off camera there, I do apologise. I'll just try to get my camera down as low as possible so that you can see what's going on. Right, I'm just going to leave that a second and I'll come right back. Okay, so I think that's dry enough. Now, this die is mirror imaged, so you can have your nice stitch side face to the outside. So if we just flip this over, you can take this piece and you can put it like that. Because I'm always saying, you know what our cutting plates do? They can make one side look a bit rough and the other side look, you know, nicer. But on this, you can have your nice side facing outwards. So now we need to glue this on, and I do that by gluing from the cap just above the score line. So that's where we're going to go there. You don't want your other bit glued down because that's your stand. So we're going to pop this on, and I want to get it straight. I'm just looking up here. Give it a good rub above the score line. Make sure your kickstand is not in the way. Right, I'll leave that a second to dry just because of my humidity, and I'll be right back. Okay, that should be dry enough, and the kickstand, as you can see, if I turn it over, it's not glued down, so it will just go into your envelope. And now we're just going to pop the cork on and make sure that it stands up, and we'll come back tomorrow and decorate this. I quite like the little truck set, the gingerbread. So if you've got that set and you're playing along, then do get that set out and let's use that. Right, so I've got my corky cork on. Yeah, my corky cork. That's what we've got up there. We are going to put a label and everything onto there. But there's your snowy window. Look at that. And they didn't escape all over the place, which is absolutely great. Now, does it stand up? That's the important thing. Of course it does. Isn't that great? I will take a photograph of this so that you can see it stood up. I'll try and finagle something for tomorrow when we do it. But that is what I've got for you today, to be completed tomorrow. Right, I thank you so much for joining me, and as usual, all links below. Bye.